Lizzy with Long Distance Gamers, and today I'm going to be doing a solo playthrough of Core Discovery. Now, I am doing the intro game because when I tried to play this, I struggled a lot with the setup and starting off, so I figured it would be a great opportunity to show everyone, because no matter how many players you're playing with, it is all set up the same, which is awesome. So this is the training mission. I will go through the setup. I will go through what you need out of the box. Hopefully I do it all right. If there's any publishers watching and I screw something up, let me know. But let's go ahead and get started. I have a map underneath here. And you can see under, so you put a map, one of these ones that say training missions underneath here. And normally this white thing comes up so you can't see underneath. And you put all of these tokens on. Now, in a normal game, these will also be filled, but in a starting game, those remain open. So, go ahead and pull that out. Okay. And then we can put that over there. So, out of the box, we needed these tokens, came out of here, of course. We also needed items out of these intro ones, which mine got messed up. I'm not sure which one was which. I think it was this one, which says, you know, 5 training, 1 training reference, 4 character cards, and 4 12 gear cards. So I think it was this one. But I also, so I just wanted to clarify a little bit more. So the training mission reference and those training challenges were in the one of these core game ones. For the character and the gear, I did have to get them out of the other core game one, as well as this under, oh wait, nope, that is the wrong one. I put it back in the wrong way. There's one of these that is not a training one. Yeah, this one, the Approach the Arch. This one came out of the rest of the challenges, and then the gear came out of the gear in here, and the character came out of the characters. So we did have to get into both of these sections. And this fauna section had the Minotaur token, the Minotaur threat, and this kill a Minotaur, the make ammo one, which I go over in just a little bit. I don't think I explained that as clearly as I should have. So let's get back to the scheduling. Needed, because we will be playing 1 Minotaur, so I needed to find a Minotaur, which is a threat, and it didn't matter which one. And then for the kill Minotaur, we had to find the one that makes the ammo. Now, thankfully, this one will stay up, and we will get the Minotaur out. We did start with a Lewis character and a compass gear. No matter how many players you play with, those are what you start with. Okay. And it says you start with 3 water instead of the normal 7. I'm assuming that Approach the Arch is the first one, because it says you have to get through 6, and there's only 5 of these training ones. So you find the ones that have this little training symbol in there. This find or Approach the Arch is the first one. You shuffle these other 5. And you'll put both of those out. Or 2 more out, I should say. Okay. So here, our goal is to survive 2 full games, and we ignore the night in the second one. And then our peak is D6. So we find on here D6, and we reveal that, and it is a rock. So this just gets put back in the box. So we know this is a rock, and all the rocks are together. So there'll probably be some rocky areas, except there's no rocks on this side. And then the Minotaur, it shows where the Minotaur goes. So it will be right here. And this particular Minotaur means that we discard any one resource or water to explore a path in its row or column. So if we want to explore anything here, we have to sacrifice a water to do so. All of the components are here, and then this training mission. Now, what is cool about this is this tells you what is next to what. So, water and twigs are next to each other. Whatever that... It looks like a wood. Looks like a tree trunk. I'm not sure what it actually is next to a water and a rock. So this could be a tree trunk, possibly, because it has to be next to a rock. And then in a column with a rock, so we know that there is a vine somewhere in this column. And then the sticks, there is only one stick per column and row. So if there would be a stick here, for instance, there would not be a stick in any of these spots. So rocks are all connected, and you can't pass them. You also can't pass this monster. And then there's these that you basically just will discard the token wherever they're at. Maybe they're here, for instance. And it would tell you how many water is in that row and column. And then you would just discard that sun so the sun doesn't come up here, which I will get to in a bit. So this is the normal fauna reference card, which I just had pulled out so that I could see. So on your turn, you remove a path token and activate the terrain. So for free actions, we can use our character, which Lewis, he's a researcher. Before we explore, if I gain a resource or water, we could gain 2 instead. And then Compass, just before exploring, if you correctly guess the terrain you're about to explore, discard that path token so it will slow down the day. Let's use our gear card. Remove a threat card, which these are our threat cards. So how I would do that would be I would have to make fire and then discard a stone, and then that would get rid of him. Use a destiny card, which those are normally set up here. For the training missions, we do not play with destiny. Build a shelter. I don't believe there's any shelters. There wasn't on my first play on the other side. So we will see about that. Build a fire. So for either 2 sticks or 2 stones, I could build a fire. Or I could take away 2 fire to backtrack. So I could be like, I don't want to reveal that one. Let's go ahead and put that back on. And then I could, for free, at any time, discard a resource token, which might help prevent fatigue. Okay. And that is that. So, we have 5 chances to get a stick. And then we can get rid of the stick, and we will get a food. If we cannot, after 5 reveals, then we still get our food, which is very important because we need it at the end of that first day. But we also lose a water. So basically, do we want to give up a stick or do we want to give up a water? We still gain a food. Versus over here, we'll need a stick, a vine, and 2 water. Otherwise, we'll lose 3 water and either another resource or another water. And so these are our goals for this day. First this, then these 2. Okay, but I really want to get rid of this Minotaur because I don't want to just be giving up water. But what do we do first? I think I've covered setup, right? There wasn't a whole lot because this was already nice and set up for us. All the resources have their pretty little delegation spot. Okay. I'm just going to start in a corner then. Okay, so we have water. So I get 1 water. This will then come up here as a sun. And that's how I track the progress of the day. So, knowing that a water is next to twig, so either this is a twig or this is a twig. One of those 2 is, but I'm not quite sure. If a stone comes down here, then this could be that, whatever this one is, the tree trunk. But I'm not quite sure. So, I think I might explore this one just in case this is the stone. Then I would know that is the twig. I feel like that has more potential. I feel like that's the twig. So yeah, I'm going to explore. I'm not going to use my compass. Yeah. So, I'm gonna discard that. Okay, so yeah, so this is definitely a twig. And I got one of these, which goes in my backpack because it's water will come here, but anything else goes in the backpack. Which unfortunately, I do not need that this day, so that was kind of a waste of trip. So, for Lewis, I can turn this and I will immediately get 2 sticks, which might come very handy. So because I could exhaust before I explore, if you gain a resource or water, gain 2 instead. I know this is a stick, so I'm going to do that. Woohoo! So I now get 2 sticks. Should come up here in my backpack. So I could either use both of those sticks to build this fire, or I could save the sticks for these. Although I really want to get rid of that Minotaur because I'm getting close to having to give up water for no reason. Oh, and I'm pretty sure this will have to be water. Right? And does that mean this have to be water? Because water and sticks are next to each other all the time. So I think that might be water and that might be water. Well, I know that is not a stone, so actually that's a stone. That has to be a stone, right? And the reason why I'm putting, this is a question mark. So I think it's water, but I'm not 100% sure, versus this not on the question mark side. I'm pretty sure, I would be betting that would be a stone. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to get rid of these 2 twigs to get a fire token. Woohoo! So now I just need to get a rock or a stone, and then I can get rid of this Minotaur. So I think I'm going to explore here. And this will be day 4. And yep, that was a stone. So I could have exhausted this and then paused the day for a bit, but that's okay. So I got a stone. So because I have fire, I just have to have fire. And then I can discard this stone, which then will get rid of this Minotaur. So now I don't have to worry about losing any water. And that will go away. And oh, that one, I'm sorry. I don't know if I said this earlier. That came out of this Minotaur one. This fauna one, I mean. So I had to use those fauna cards for that. Those cards. So I'm sorry if I forgot to say that earlier. Okay, so I cannot explore out this way because the stones are impassable. So I could either explore up this way or explore over here. So because we don't have water, it might be or because we don't have a stick, it might be beneficial to go ahead and say this is going to be water, exhaust this, and if it's water, we can just throw it away. So yes, that's what I'm going to do. So this is water, and it is water. So normally this would come up here. We would trigger this end of day. But instead, this just gets thrown away. We slow down our day a bit. Because I guessed that correctly. Okay, so I know this cannot be a stick. This has potential to be a stick because it's in a different row and a different column than this stick. So we'll see. Up, but it is a vine. So because we used our sticks to build that fire, I no longer have a stick for this. So I fail. So I do gain a food because I failed, which is awesome. But I also have to lose a water, which is not so awesome. But then this will go away. And then when revealed, negative water if fatigued. So if I had anything here, I would have to lose another water, but thankfully I do not. So this will just go to the side. Since we're done with all of these, we can just put these back away, which I'm just gonna... Okay, and so now we're gonna be working on this one. So I have a vine. So I need a stick. I just need a stick. And that's it. I just needed 1 stick in 2 days because I have 2 waters. Okay, let's go. So then I also need a rock for this one and another stick. Okay, so I know that a vine is in the same column as a rock, so I'm going to think that that is probably a rock. So we'll just put that. And I do not have to, so like, you know, I just explored this one. I can explore from over here. I don't have to do right next to the one I just explored. It just has to be next to one that is previously explored and explorable. So like I can't do here because it's next to a stone and you can't do that. So I'm going to come over here and it is a stick. Awesome. So I now have enough. Oops. Don't want it a question mark. We know it's a stick. I now have enough for that. Now I need another stick and another rock. So I'm going to see if this is a rock then, which it is. So I get a rock. Now, if you notice, I am fatigued at the moment. But when I turn in these, that will no longer be in that area. Sorry. Still have a little bit of cough. But we now have 2 of these suns. So we go ahead and resolve this. So I'm going to lose a stick, a twig, or a twig and a vine, and 2 waters. I need to get some water. So one of these has to be water. I'm going to guess this is water. And this might be water. I don't think that that would be water, right? That would be something different. But I can move these 2 down. So that way I don't have anything in the fatigue while this is revealed. I would lose a water if fatigued and resolve any monsters that have consequences, which there's no monsters. The Minotaur didn't have a fatigue one either, I don't think. Yeah. Okay. So I get the pass, which is nothing. And then I have 2 chances to get another stick. There's got to be a stick in one of these 2 spots. If I don't do this, I have to lose 2 water, which will be my last 2 water, and another resource. Which cannot be our food because we need our food for the end of day. So, should I try, because there's got to be a stick in here, so maybe a stick is right here. So yeah, so this might be a stone too. Possibly, so I'm going to come and explore this, which is a water. Okay. Which gives me better confidence that this is a stick. So I'm going to explore up here, which it is a stick. So yay. And that completes our second token. Okay, so we have to lose a stick, a stone, and a water. Stick, a stone, and a water. And we don't gain anything, but that's okay. So now it's the end of the day. We have to feed our troops, so we have to pay a food. So this will just come back here. So we passed, we survived the night, we failed, we starved, we lose the game. So nightfall, if there's any monsters in play, reveal a new threat. That was the only monster we had to deal with, so we do not do that one. Refresh all characters and gears, so we get to use these tomorrow. And reveal 3 new challenge cards. So these are the last 3 challenge cards we have to get. Okay. So, we need, in 2 tries, we need to get another stick, another stone. Otherwise, we will lose a lot. And then we do need to get another vine and some more water. Man, I don't know if we're going to be able to get that stick that fast. Because the stick has to be in one of these columns. So, yeah, unless we get lucky. But then we wouldn't have the stone. I don't think we're going to be able to get that one. So we will pretty much just need to plan on sacrificing some water. Okay, so we'll just go. Although, if we guess correctly, because I'm pretty sure this has to be a water. We can slow it down, but that won't help us. That won't help us at all. Although it would help us have the water for the failure. So, if I'm going to say this is water. Okay. So I just got 2 water. Because if we can't pay the fail, we lose the game too. So this cannot be a stick. Okay. One of these has to be sticks, which we need sticks for over here too. We need vines, which vines have to be in the same rows as stones. So there are some vines up here. Okay, okay. So we got another one of these. So we definitely failed this one. So we have to lose 2 water for sure. I think we're going to be running a little bit low on water, so we're going to get rid of one of these and hope that we can get another one before the end. But that was our first fail. Okay. Now we have 3 days, and if I guess correctly, we can slow it down some. But I have no idea. Except this one has to be next to water and a stone. So this one has to be water. So I'm going to say, guess correctly, water. Yes, so instead of putting this up here, I can just put it down there, and we have another water. Okay, so that means this has to be a stick, right? So the question is, do we want to come up here because we need the stick for this one? We don't need the stick for that one anymore. Or do we want to come over here? Let's go ahead and come over here. Oh my goodness. It's another one of these, which is fine. We need it for here. But we need a vine. We have to get a vine without a doubt. Otherwise, we will be losing a lot. Okay, so a vine has to be in the same column as stone. So this has to be a vine, right? Yes! Okay. Oh, we have 3 chances. So we have one more chance to get this. So okay, so this has to be next to, so there's got to be another vine in, well, unless this is a stone. How many stones are there? I don't know how many stones there are. So this might be a stone. If this is a stone, then that could be a vine. So I think it'd be in the same column. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, still have a little bit of a cough. Okay. So we're pretty sure this is a stick. This has to be a stick. We have no benefits to help us still. I just need another vine and another stick, and I have 4 tries to get it. Right? That's it? Okay. Let's go over here. Okay, so we got another water. And that is the end of our 3rd day. Okay, so we have to lose 2 water, a vine, and that. Okay. And that will be 3 days. Woohoo! Or 3 suns. And we passed. There's no pass. But we passed. We didn't get the negative. Okay. So now we need another twig, another vine, and 1 more water. If we fail, we need to have 3 water. So we need 1 more water, just in case we fail. A stick and a vine. So we're pretty sure this is a stick. Okay. So we need a vine. So the only hope would be this would be a vine, right? I'm pretty sure that is a stick. And that could be a water. So, oh no. Oh no. We got something we don't need. So we have 3 or a couple choices. We could come down here thinking this is water for the failure. It's either a stone or another water, right? Which would mean this could be a vine. But I think I have to chance it to get a water. Oh no, it's a stone. It's a stone. Which means we lost. Well, I lost. Because that's the third one. Third one. So I'd have to lose a twig, a vine, and one of those, and a water, which I don't have. Or I'd have to lose 3 water in order to get the failing, which I can't do. So I lost. So we can reveal what's left. Okay, so a twig. There's the vine. Oh, man. If I would have just come down here, I would have gotten the vine. But, you know, that's what you get. But that is how you play. I definitely do enjoy it. And, oh, if I would have revealed one of these. So this one, it shows that there's 4 water in this row and column, which we already knew. But instead of putting this up here, I would have been able to put it over there and out of the game. But, oh, man. Was there? And where was this one? Oh, I don't know. But, oh, that's heartbreaking on the very last try, but that's okay. So, yeah, so we failed our training mission. I don't know if that means we just can't continue on or if we need to try again. But I really like the deduction where you're trying to figure out what could be in what spot. I like how it shows you what can be next to it. Of course, the true full game, at least they have more. And they have like these teepees, which you can exchange resources at. And they're diagonal to the food. Or they're omne to the skull, which the skull is in different things. And they can do certain things or threats. I'm not quite sure what that's about. And then in a full game, there's also exploration rewards. So if you explore an entire column, you then would get a destiny card, which would have been one of these cards over here, which we didn't play with, of course, because it wasn't in this one. But then, or if you would have explored an entire, if you explored an entire column, you would have gotten one of those destiny cards. If you did an entire row, you would discard a threat card, then draw a new threat card. So you get rid of one that you don't really like, which could happen. Although it would be 2 more spaces either way, so there'd be more to explore. So, okay, but that is a lot of fun. I definitely look forward to playing this more, exploring it more, getting better with the deduction, understanding the fine-tunings of how they all work together. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. And until next time, just remember to have fun, be present, and be you. Thank you all for watching. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out to us. We would love to hear from you. Also, if you find value in our content, please like, comment, or subscribe. Let a friend or family member know that we exist. Help us spread our channel and bring remote gaming to a table near you. Thank you very much, and have a great day.